Alright, good morning everybody. So today I'm back in the shop. It's a cold one out there, and I'd prefer to be outside, but when it's this cold, I got stuff to do inside. So the project for today is this log splitter, and I'm not impressed by this log splitter at all. The motor runs great, or the engine, but when I first got it, I broke the sprocket between the hydraulic pump and the engine itself, and it was a bear to find a replacement. I had to go on Green Parts, I think it was. I don't know, I can't remember, but it was expensive. I honestly think that this particular model was probably sitting in the yard because I did get a good deal on it, I guess you could say, from a money perspective. But I've only had it for 4 years, and I rarely use it. I only use it for the super gnarly rounds that I can't get through with my maul. So I had to replace that the very first year. I tried to take it back, and they wouldn't warranty it because it was on clearance. Whatever. So it was an easy job. I wasn't making YouTube content back then. But then this year, I was using it on some white oak gnarly branched wood that had crotches and stuff in it, and it started leaking real bad, so much so that it was dripping down on the engine and smoking real bad. I was thinking my engine was going, and it's a Honda engine. The main reason I got it, plus the price. Sometimes you do get what you pay for. And so anyways, today I'm going to take the ram apart. It's clearly leaking from the ram, which again, 4 years, that seal should not be bad, but it is. Who knows what happened. This is a little bit different one. It's got like a little Allen wrench here, maybe a set screw. I'm not really sure. I'll take you along. I have not taken anything apart yet, so we're going to do this together, and we'll just see how it comes apart. You know, I have no instructions or anything, so this will just be I guess, a test of my critical thinking skills. Really shouldn't be that hard. It's bolts and stuff. I might have to get a pipe wrench, but yeah, I'm hoping this will be the last thing that I have to replace on this. You know, I was debating. I found a homemade built log splitter online. Actually, when I went and bought my post hole digger, this old timer had one that he built from scratch, and it was sweet, way bigger than I needed, but I just didn't need one at the time. I was just splitting everything with the maul. I hadn't really got into some real hard stuff, and the rounds that were, I just put them to the side, or I burned them outside in the fire pit. But now we pretty much exclusively heat our house on firewood, so I do process quite a bit of firewood. And I came across this one, and I get, it's no joke. Like 3 months after I bought this, that old timer texted me because I said, you know what, you know, if you're wanting to sell it a year from now, text me and let me know. Maybe then I'll have more of a need. And yeah, 3 months after I bought this, he texted me and said it was for sale. So I just didn't need two log splitters, and at the time I had fixed that sprocket, and nothing was wrong with it. It might have 10 hours on it, you know, so it's a little disappointing. And the place I bought it from, I typically like their stuff. In my neck of the woods, it's sort of like Tractor Supply, but in my opinion it's better. It's called Baumgars, and yeah, it's a small town farm, ranch, hardware, tools, kind of catch-all store. So I like supporting them, but yeah, very disappointed in this. It works. I've never had it not split, and it's a 27 ton, so not the biggest, certainly not the smallest. This wedge is fine. I don't really need any more wedges on here. I know some guys like to put like the wedge that has 4 and maybe sometimes 6, I guess, blades or wedges. But anyways, I digress. Let's get into this. We'll take it apart. I'll set up some pig mats and catch basins and we'll see what the problem is. I'll probably have to order some seals for it, because of course the instruction had nothing for me for this particular repair. So yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, so I loosened up this bolt here, this nut, and that's the only one that's, yeah, it's the only one that's connected to the wedge. So that's pretty simple. Should wiggle out of there. Okay. So, on the positive side, it was giving me some lubrication for down in there. So now I need to just kind of prop this up, and so I can get access to the end of the ram. Okay, so like I said, a set screw there, and I'm hoping that's just like a big washer that pops off. Like I was saying, it's cold outside, even for me, and I love the cold. It's real windy. It's 2 degrees, so it feels like probably negative 20. I don't know, but I really wanted to mill. I have one more log that I wanted to mill up. It's my last basswood log, and I'm doing a bunch of siding that I'm going to use for my barn. So I just had one more log that I wanted to do, and that's just a little too chilly. So I'm not sure how that comes out. Let me grab a screwdriver. I might have to crack a fitting loose. It's a lot of pressure. Okay, so I got the supply line off, and I think that was just pressurizing the ram itself, so I couldn't pull it out without it come along or something like that. Now, you could use like compressed air to kind of push that out, but I'm just going to try to muscle this out and see what happens, because this plate thing's not coming off. Why, it just doesn't want to come. So now my only other option is to take this valve off, and as you can see, it's pretty loosey-goosey as it is, but I'll probably have to take this hose off first. Those are pretty easy. I gotta remember, so I got this marker, what goes where. I can always refer back to my video, but I like to mark stuff too. Those hoses were not leaking, but I think this valve body is leaking somewhere, and I think it might just be right in there. So I don't know, there's different schools of thought. A lot of people say don't put any pipe dope or Teflon tape, but I don't know if I just had to pull that in, because this fitting is going to screw into the valve body that way, and as you're screwing it, tightening it, it'll also screw into the ram this way. So maybe it was just loose. Let's just take it off for now. I think that's holding back some pressure too. Oh! 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 Yeah, definitely. Certainly coming out a lot easier, but it's spraying hydraulic fluid everywhere, including on my motorcycle. I'm dealing with limited space here because everything's pulled into the shop because of winter, so I'm going to try to scoot it this way. Should have got some of them plugs. So much better. Really could have saved this, but I'm just going to put new stuff in there. So let's clean this up and see if I can pull that out. Right now I can't see very well because all the gunk. Okay, so I got the first step done, which is you got to push that. I'll just call it a puck. I'm not really sure, but it's the outside seal puck. You got to push that in so far so you can access this ring. It's not really a snap ring. It's just a round ring that essentially holds that in there. Now the hard part is pulling that last. So there's this outside puck seal, and then there's another one in there, so it can go back and forth. And yeah, I mean it can be difficult. I think I have the right idea, but I need something thicker in there. So we're after big bolts. The screwdriver just keeps spinning around. Okay, I've tried several bolts and I keep bending them. I even tried a pin that was just too long and it bent. So I found this old tire iron, which is made of pretty good steel. Now I'm just going to see if I can turn it down. I don't have the best bit. Yeah, it's pretty dull. So we'll see what happens here, but that's all I can think of outside of taking it outside and hooking it up to a tree, which I don't want to do. I have this cutoff tool, which is really great for cutting stuff off, but I just need to work this down. Yeah, like 1/8 of an inch. So, like I said, it's good steel. So yeah, that thing is dull. Flip around, try this side. Those clamps I'm using to try to pull the piston out are 1,200-pound clamps, so they'll work. I just need something that won't bend. I was getting way too much chatter with that other side, so I'm hoping this will do it. I'm taking very slow cuts, 1,000ths, 10,000ths, because like I said, this is strong steel. I want to see how the cutter does, which it is struggling. I think the speed is too high too, and I'm missing a belt to adjust that. So, like I said, I'm trying to make do with what I have here. Yeah, still got a ways to go. So again, I think it's dulling that cutter. I really enjoy the smell of cutting oil on a lathe. It just, I don't know, something about it. It smells so good. Yeah, a couple more passes. It's a whole lot easier down here. Yeah, it's getting a little warm. I don't think I've taken enough off, but we'll give it a try. Nope, not even close. So I'd have to try a different bit. I don't have any ceramic bits, which is what I really probably need for this. This steel is this is actually a tire iron, so like I said, pretty strong steel. Real gentle with the cutout tool. You just snap it real fast. Well, that was cutting real good until it wasn't. In fact, we made it to right about here. Oh, and that's so close. Well, so what else I got? Yeah, let's try to finish up the rest of the grinder. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so this is my second attempt to get this this ram out of here. I feel like it's almost there, but I was bending my clamps really bad the other way. I did attempt to chain it up to the tractor, pull it that way with some ratchet straps, but it was just starting to pull the tractor. So now I have a bottle jack. So anyways, I gotta like fine tune this, and I'm really hoping that this does the trick. Because otherwise it might have to wait until springtime. I take it out, hook it up to a tree and whatnot. I don't really want to do that because springtime is for outdoor projects and stuff. So we're going to try this. So far my tire iron has not bent on me. So that's probably a good thing. I was trying to use, you know, some harder steel. But I want to be able to get this kind of lined up the best possible way, well, to hopefully prevent any kind of catastrophe. That's too much. There we go, that's pretty parallel. So I'm trying to plumb it or square it up, keep it parallel with that, and hope that this doesn't bend. I guess we'll find out. It's not the most secure back there, which is kind of annoying, but now I got these clamps, and like I said, they're 1,200-pound clamps. So if it does break free, I'm hoping it kind of just gets captured within here. I did notice that this first puck, it's just, it is almost to the point where I can get a screwdriver in there. Or a pry bar. Let's try a screwdriver, a little bit skinnier. Oh yeah, sweet. Alright, so this should be no problem now, but let's find out. That's disappointing. I mean, I think it's coming. This bottle jack you're supposed to be able to use on its side. And I have used it before when I had my old crawler. Well, maybe it's just coming out. I'm not seeing it. So now the whole thing's shifting that way. I was talking to my wife earlier. I really like winter, and we really haven't had any snow until the last couple of days. And it was unseasonably warm. And I've got a German Shepherd, and he likes winter too, and he was not happy. But we recently got a new puppy, and it's supposedly a half German Shepherd and half Belgian Malinois, I think is how you pronounce it. And she seems like a good dog. She's high energy, which is going to be good because I like to run. So hopefully I can take her out on my runs. But and she seems real smart. But my German Shepherd, he's okay with her. He just rather not. Like, he's going to be 11 in next month actually, and he's getting old. I just don't think he wants to bother with her. Okay, so that's actually working now. Try to pump it up. Let me put you guys over here. Alright. You should be out of harm's way. This thing explodes. The only person I'm going to hurt is probably myself, which I'm okay with that. I was getting excited. I thought it was coming out. This is definitely coming out. Wow, they're just like, they're not even O-rings yet. Alright, so that's the first puck. That second puck is right there. I guess if we pull the puck all the way down, we could jack up against that. Let's try that. Alright, take 4. Don't know how well this is going to work, but got that puck out there now. Got that chunk of wood in there. I think it's probably just going to split the wood. But it's the hardest wood I got, which is black locust. So let's see. Alright! Yes! Finally! Didn't need much, just had to be straight on. Oh yeah, there it is. Boy, getting this sucker back in is going to be even harder, I think. Woo! Yeah! That was no small thing. I've been at this since 10 a.m., 10:30. It's 2:30. I did the break for lunch. And the bad thing is, I'm not going to be able to finish this up today because I need to order the seals. And honestly, I don't even see any part numbers, so I'll get it apart and see. I am going to probably just take that one off, but this has to be on the inside. So I make a note, mental note, but also on the video. And I see some damage right there. I wonder if I did that or if that's what was causing the leak. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but I'll try to get you a little closer. So there's a nick in the rubber seal right there. Wow, there's really not that much to these seals. I mean, I guess it does have a wiper on the front there. All right, well let's break that one down. It's gonna be a bear to get back in there. Well, I can tell you that right now. So I'm really hoping for some sort of part number, but again, if I have to, I'll go to a hydraulic shop and see if they've got a kit for me. Let's take a measurement of this shaft. Well, that looks like 1 3/4 inches. Goes the flat washer and then the O-ring on the inside. So that's some rust. on the outside. I don't think that would be bothering it, but I'll sand that off before we put it in. I left this log splitter outside from time to time, so that it doesn't surprise me. This would have been kind of sitting like that, so water would come down, maybe creep in there, and just build up that scale. A little bit scale there too. So take some emery cloth and just clean all that out. But I'm gonna look around and see if we can order this online. I live out in the country, a good 25-30 miles from the hydraulic shop, so if I can avoid it, I don't like to go into the city. Alright, so that's going to be a wrap for today. We'll pick this up once I get the parts. Alright everybody, so I'm back. Finally got the seal kit in. I tried to go to Speedco because I knew that they carried these at one time, but they discontinued them. So I had to go just random stuff on Amazon. But I found this kit, and I'll show you kind of the number there. I'll put a link in the description too. I think it was like 25 bucks. But it came with replacement wipers, seals, even one of the metal rings. I guess fastener, keep that first plate in, that puck. So yeah, I'm just gonna take off the old, and after these dried, I can tell that there's a little bit of dry rot in there, or some scoring. I don't know if it was some debris. I mean, of course, you're splitting wood that came off the floor. It's got probably dirt and small rocks, but there is just a subtle lip on the inside of this, whereas this one has a much more pronounced one. So I suspect that's where we were leaking from. I'm having a hard time getting that one in. Don't think it goes to this. We're gonna call that good. Okay, I got the pucks all the seals on the pucks replaced. I'm sure there's a technical term for those, but I'm calling them pucks. And now I got the ram back in there. But to get this in there, I'm probably gonna have to use my bottle jack, or maybe just a rubber mallet and a Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of experiment here. Like I said, it's cold in the shop. I think we're about 26, 27 now. So there's a lot of people that'll say never use Teflon tape on hydraulics, but this valve, the valve that controls the action of the ram, is leaking right here at this this union. Okay, so on one side I'm going to try the Teflon tape, and then on the other side I'm going to try this Permatex thread sealant. I actually had really good luck with this on my diesel transfer tank. I had a just ridiculous persistent leak on there, and it was just one of those tanks I got from Vivor or Vivor, whatever, however you pronounce that. And I think they crimped the end on a little crooked. But anyways, I had really good luck with that on there. Again, that's not hydraulics, but you know, I'm not really sure what else to do if I don't use this or Teflon tape. So make sure I'm not going to get any on the inside of the fitting. I'm just going to go around the outside, stay in the threads. I might just put some on over the Teflon too, because because like I said, I had really good luck. That thing has not leaked for a couple years now. My diesel transfer tank. And that's out in the sun all the time. Got both my dogs hanging out with me, and they're pooped out. So I'll show you over there. I don't know if you can see them, but right behind that auger. So, big German Shepherd on the left, his name is Ivan, and the dog on the right is a half German Shepherd and half Belgian Malinois. Her name is Kendall, and she's a handful. Lots and lots of energy, so it's funny that she's actually knocked out. We should be good to go. Let me check the hydraulic fluid. I don't want to start it too long because I'm not opening the doors. Just finally kind of getting it up in the 20s in here. So. Yeah, we're right in the middle. After it runs, I'll probably have to add some because this thing's completely empty. So my particular log splitter has a hydraulic fluid table down on the tank. So it just depends on the temperature, what you need to use and stuff, or what's recommended. I am not going to be running it outside. I rarely ever run it outside during the winter. So, you know, like I said, your mileage may vary. But if I need to put anything in here, I think I have some AW40 or 32. That's what I would put in here. If I did run it outside during the cold winter, I would probably go with whatever it says, Dexron 6. And that's for negative 20 to 32 Fahrenheit. AW32 is 10 Fahrenheit to 60 Fahrenheit. AW46 is 32 to 80 Fahrenheit. That's typically when I run it. I'm not splitting wood at negative 20 degrees. But it is 26, 27 degrees in here now. So let's see if she fires up. Let's make sure it's got some gas. Run it a couple cycles, check for leaks, tighten what we need to tighten. Okay, so went through a couple cycles. I think there might be a little bit of air in the system still, but it'll work itself out. It's got one of those self-venting caps on the hydraulic tank. I did go ahead and open the door because I needed to run it a lot longer than I thought I would. But let it run for a few minutes there. Checked all the fittings, the hoses, and no leaks. So we're in business. Of course, the ram's all dry. I just don't like leaks. I just replaced the rear transfer output case seal on my rear, my transfer case of my truck, and it was dripping like one drip a day. It was just enough to bother me. 26-year-old truck. So, anyways, this will take some time. Some hydraulic fluid got onto the motor or the engine, and especially the exhaust area. So that'll smoke off. I went ahead and opened my door to suck out all the fumes. But yeah, that kind of wraps up this project. It'll be good to go for next fall. Maybe springtime, we'll see. Every now and then I just get a hankered to split some wood. It's been a real mild winter. We've had some cold snaps, but just recently we got about 6-7 inches of snow. That's it, so far. I'm not saying winter's over, but we didn't go through as much wood as I thought we would. So we'll see. I got plenty to go into next year, but I like to have at least 2 years on standby. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I just bought the seal kit on Amazon. I'll throw a link in the description down below. Like I said, avoid chaining this up or ratcheting it up to a tree. I'm glad I figured out that, one, I had a bottle jack that I could lay on its side and still operate, and two, I just figured it out with some clamps and stuff within its own carriage here. So definitely take note of that. You don't want to snap any chains or cables or anything like that. That was easy enough once I got it figured out. And clamping or pounding that first puck in after you take off that set screw, that's it. I mean, it was a pretty simple job. And the seals came, I don't know, 2-3 days. I just had to wait till the weekend because of work. But yeah, pretty simple job. Nothing really else to talk about. So that wraps up this video. Again, I appreciate y'all watching. I know I probably lost the majority of you in the first 30 seconds, but those of you that stuck around, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to fix your stuff. Any projects you might have laying around you just haven't got to, yeah, just get up and go do them, It's, I don't got to worry about leaking no more and paying for more hydraulic fluid. It's a mess. It makes a mess. Just simple fix. So, alrighty. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.